wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
I love how the internet has taken the sheen and veneer off of pretty much everything that you were told. At least my generation was told important. Like back in the day, we didn't have the internet to take shit down. We didn't have people like Economics Ethan. Please subscribe to his channel. Look at him. He's an expert on the big high finance type of that. We thought, oh, well, these girls are cute. We just got fed to the slaughterhouse. We just got sent up on the beach and mowed down. Like, oh, look at that. Look at that institution. Look at this. Look at this goal. Look at this objective. And then you get there and you find out it was a fucking scam and lie the entire time. Much like you millennials found out about college, but then you still blame Trump and, you know, Republicans in the Senate because you gave all your money to a bunch of Marxist professors. Somehow it's Republicans' fault. But I love how the internet is just exposing everyone, not for the frauds, but for the posers they mainly are. And this is more of a technological advancement. But my former industry, banking, finance, economics, you know, I was there. Dude, there was a reason there was a housing bubble because they're all a bunch of criminal, incompetent, low IQ fuckwits. That's it. It's not an opinion. I mean, there might be some smart guys running some scams, but these are not the people that you thought they would. There's no such thing as a financial genius. It's just somebody who's scamming the system. Usually, there's what's his name, Warren Buffett. There's a handful of others, but you get there and you're like, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Index fund. My index fund card trumps your actively managed fund like that. There's another perfect example. That wasn't even technology. It's like you guys, of all the things, the financial advisor is gone. That was replaced by the index. More modernly, the robo advisor. Like, well, we're just going to do index funds this entire time, target date funds. There, that's it. A product replaced all of you, all those stock traders and all that. Yeah, that's all computers now. And so this is more technology is just wiping you out, and that's fine. I'm okay if some investment banker douchebags and finance bros got to go put some calluses on there. I'm okay if you guys never make it. And so this came out. This doesn't spell the demise for all investment bankers, but I wanted to ask Economics Ethan, like, all it is investment banking. Somebody has a business idea. We'll go consult our network of investors and raise the money for you. I know it's more than that. Yeah. Valuation. How do you want to launch it? What does your capital structure look like? I get it. But at the end of the day, you just raise the money. I'm like, well, how hard is that? Like, can we just, I mean, really, why not have GoFundMe? If you need multiple billions of dollars, sure, you got to have but it's just a network, right? That's really at the end of the day, and that's pretty much all businesses are. It's who you know. I don't mean like who you know who could suck your dick. Oh no, I actually know angel investors. I know billionaires. I know institutions and investment funds. Why do we need you as the go-between? Can't you just investmentfund.com? Here, we got some entrepreneurs that would like some money. In other words, do you really need those big ass buildings downtown New York? While you step over the passed out homeless Democrat who shat in your hallway that you voted for that. Oh, you're going to New York where all the action is. And just tuning into Economics Ethan and standard middle school bullshit at the halls. And meanwhile, in the Hall of Justice, in the halls of the whatever, bulge bracket, high finance. It's still middle school antics and bullshit. So I really like listening to economics. I'm like, oh, is that what we missed out on? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So this is a little bit older. It's a couple months old, but I found it. Goldman Sachs CEO, who I guess actually had a real job. He didn't sound like he came from the blue bloods. Goldman Sachs CEO says that AI can draft 95% of an IPO prospectus in minutes. Oh, really? So we just need 1/20th of the investment bankers? I know. You don't understand. We do financial analysis. That's more of the secretarial work. Yeah, I know. But don't you like run your interns 100 hours a week? Or is that not a thing anymore? Because you can't, because they're lying flat. The Zoomers finally getting hip to the jive. The veneer is gone. No one, no one wants to get stabbed in the subway or be Daniel Penny. It's just so beautiful. Dude, you guys had no idea in the 80s there were two coasts you could go to. You could go to LA where you'd star in some kind of cop buddy show like Lethal Weapon and all the chicks were hot, or you go to New York, it was high finance, Wall Street, even Sex in the City a little bit. And now it's like, why would we go there? You want a master's degree? I remember them asking. This is how bad it was. They wanted high school transcripts. They wanted your GPA from high school. Fuck you. And now we can't find them. Oh my God. Like, really, is there a door to go work for you guys? Or is there not quite the line it used to be? You still got your true believers like the Big Four. You still got your blue blood, completely fucking corrupt, anti-Jewish, Ivy League schools, right? What kind of quality and caliber are they graduating over there? It's over. It's over. You were never that great. These institutions were never that great to begin with. We all should become Amish, build our own houses, grab our own little piece of land, and y'all can fuck off with your 80-hour work weeks and your 50% taxes as you step over passed out adult Democrats that have soiled themselves and slip on the turd that they shat that you didn't see while you're stepping over the passed out corpse, and then you fall on them and you get yourself some typhus or whatever the hell whatever the cool disease is. Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon said investment banks could use AI to cut down on the rote tasks like writing financial documents. Bankers used to, okay, so it is bankers. Bankers used to have to spend weeks at a time drafting documents to be submitted for public filings. But at the Cisco AI Summit in Palo Alto on Wednesday, Solomon said that 95% of an S1 filing, which is the form a company files with the Securities and Exchange Commission when it goes public, can be completed by AI in just a few minutes. Uh-oh. Oh, no, bro. Writing documents for the SEC is the exact sort of work that public and private companies of all sizes have historically relied on investment banks to advise them on. Investment banks have often had deep financial legal expertise to properly navigate the intricacies of complex financial transactions that would have to be reported to regulators. With the rise of AI, investment banks like Goldman Sachs are rethinking their value proposition to what is a value proposition? That's a relatively new one. Our value proposition. You mean what you're offering? Why don't we go get some rubrics and some paradigms while we're at it and leverage our synergies? Solomon's late, the last 5% now matters because the rest is now commodity, Solomon said. Goldman Sachs declined to comment, probably because they're busy. Oh no, they didn't answer Yahoo Finance. Solomon's latest remarks are in keeping with his past comments that part of Goldman Sachs' focus with AI. Hold it, Solomon. Hold it. Is AI just the new buzzword that we're all saying from like, isn't that a little 2023, early 2024? You're not getting on the AI bandwagon now, are you? You're Goldman Sachs. You're supposed to be the front runner. You're supposed to have the most polished golden investment bank penis out of all of them. The platinum penis. AI was its ability to help employees work more efficiently. AI-driven productivity is the ability to take smart people and give them tools that they could do more quickly, help our clients think about things in different ways, he told CNBC in May. Over the past several years, Goldman Sachs has been changing the makeup of its workforce. Oh. to become more focused on tech. Are you out here? I got a question. Are we all outsourcing to India too? As far back as 2018, a quarter of Goldman's employees were computer engineers. Okay. All right. Maybe you should have the platinum penis. Well, I know there was a move to quants. You guys actually moved to nerds. Did you get rid of the MBA douche bros? Oh, we still need that. You actually hired nerds? What's going on? Currently out of 46,000, 11,000 are engineers, Solomon said. That's roughly 23% of Goldman employees, meaning that the share of engineers at the company stayed roughly the same over that time. In 2023, when AI was really proliferating across the corporate world no. It was just bosses saying it. It was a fad word. It was a term. The launch of OpenAI's GPT 3.5 in November 2022, a talent war broke out among Wall Street's biggest banks like Goldman, Citigroup, Wells Fargo. Okay, look, I think all of you are a bunch of incompetent douchebags in all the finance world. Otherwise, you all wouldn't have gotten caught with your pants down on the housing bubble. But Wells Fargo does not deserve to be mentioned with the others. Wells Fargo, how many corruption scandals do you need where you're making fake credit card accounts? And Wells Fargo is a fucking commercial bank with fucking offices for, in bumfuck Egypt. How is Wells Fargo up there? And Wells Fargo, shouldn't you have had a couple? It's been almost 5 years since you had a corruption scandal. When is the new one? You got to get 2 this year. Come on, you're making up for lost time. Banks also created new executive level roles to oversee AI across their entire organizations. This is it's software. It's software. The hiring frenzy has meant that the pace of innovation on Wall Street has only accelerated. Goldman is not the only bank using AI in substantive ways across its platforms. JP Morgan has a suite of internal AI chatbots for day-to-day tasks and AI models to help portfolio managers spot investment opportunities. They had that. Yahoo Finance way back in the day had that. They had all the ratios calculated, and you just say, oh, you could set a screen, stock screen. I remember it was Yahoo stock screen. It was ages ago. I want to see this type. Now, maybe they're more real-time analysis. I want to see this ratio with a low PE, with a high CFO to CFI, whatever. You could set it and it would pop it up. Here's your list, sir. Morgan Stanley has rolled out similar AI-powered tools for everyday productivity. Are the nerds taking over? Oh, no, bro. The Big Four is just going to become a logo with American partners, executives, and everything's going to be done in India and the Philippines. Is the bulge bracket just going to become a big old tech nerd group? Basically just a big tech nerd group, and there's not going to be any MBAs, bro. Wharton, bro. Northwestern, bro. Booth, bro. What happened, bro? I would love, Ethan, if you're around, man, put a comment in this. Is that what's happening? Kind of like portfolio management or mutual fund management. It's just, no, we're robo advisors. We're going to have robots and formulas do this shit. We could, like, computer trading's been around forever. We could do it faster and better than the humans. Oh my God, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? All of you are just replaced. It's just a bunch of nerds maintaining perpetually advancing software and hardware to tell the managerial group within these investment banks where to toss their money. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Bro, what do you got? Bro, what you got? Bro, what are you Harvard MBA dickless wonders going to do? Oh, that's right. Live off your dad. I forgot Harvard. Meanwhile, Wells Fargo has a customer. Why are you putting Wells Fargo in here? Meanwhile, Wells Fargo has a customer service AI chatbot for its retail customers. I'm sorry, sir. You're overdrafted because you're a welfare bum. What? Wells Fargo? Get the fuck out of here. Hang on. What is the stock? It could have been Wells Fargo was a good stock buy when it was when it was in the thick of its scandals. What is the stock price? Let's go max because you should be able to visually see. Well, it's shot up. It's done real well. 21. It's up to 60 something now. 70. Yeah, there was if you bought Wells Fargo in the depths of its scandal, was that 2020? Was that more due to COVID? A PE of 13. The hell's going? Why such low PEs here, ladies and gentlemen? Don't you know all you S&P 500? Yeah, you got to have a PE of 30. Well, wasn't the historical average 15? Yeah, but inflation and interest rates and modern monetary theory, bro. What about fundamental values? What are you, a square like that Berkshire Hathaway guy? I guess I am. It's a low PE. Oh, how was my? Hang on. Remember, I practically own H&R Block now. How was my $2,000 in H&R Block doing? H&R Block stock price. Oh, I'm down. Oh, I was up like, God, what was it? I bought it 52. I'm still up 10%. I was up almost 20%. Yeah, there it was. It was up to 62. Now we're back into the 50s. Dang it, I was so rich. I had $3,000 almost. I don't claim to know the industry that well, but I would love nothing. Look, all you finance bros, you're fucking scum, and you're the reason the economy was even back. Oh, dude, the savings and loan scandal back in the 80s. All you guys are fucking scum. You just don't want to work for a living. That's it. You want to be ballers. And now you won't even have the chance to play make-believe investment banker, bro. It's just going to be the fucking nerds programming a computer. Oh, would that be great? What are all you white-collar people going to do? I got leadership skills. I got good networking skills. What's that? Where's that all going to go? Oh, that's just too bad. We got a super chat here from a Pringles can with veins, $5. The meek shall inherit the earth. My old man disagrees. He finally admitted, he keep in mind he's a retired pastor. The meek shall inherit shit. I was like, oh, you are aware of the secular world. Translation: math and logic beats girl bosses and dude bro synergies. What a time to be alive. You're right. It it was the same thing. I guess I should have linked to my book Behind the Housing Crash, where you saw all these dude bro antics and the extents they would go to make their little fucking real estate empire look like it was profitable, or just to hide it by not filing taxes. Dude, it's true. It's the reality principle. You keep making bets, bro. You keep getting financed, bro. You keep paying yourself a salary, bro, but you don't make no profit, bro. It's always wheeling and dealing. I'm kind of a big idea guy, like the details are for the squares and the nerds. Like, nope. Saw in the .com days. Price to sales, bro. Excuse me. Earnings? EBITDA, bro. EBITDA. So you don't understand, Cappy. So if I'm in charge of a private equity thing, I want to look at the operating income, bro. So then you should add back depreciation and amortization. Unless, like, it's goodwill, in which case you shouldn't be paying for goodwill when you acquire this car. Yeah, but depreciation, man, like, we just ignore that, bro. No, I think you should really include that. And let me guess, private equity bros, investment hedge fund banking bros. I'd believe, okay, you could sell me on EBITDA if you're paying cash for the company. There's no debt involved. Then I'm like, okay, tell me about EBITDA. But you never do because you guys ain't got the money. Dude, equity is for squares, bro. Said the bankrupt needed a student loan bailout, sucking on the taxpayer's tit, washed up, about to face criminal charges, banker, bro. Tim Longley, 5 Australian. Maybe I don't understand the stock market, but isn't a big majority of it basically automated trades already? Yeah, that's a good question. What percent of U.S. trades is automated? 70 to 80%. Yeah, through automated. That's the automated. Oh no, algorithmic trading. Yep. Yeah. Rather than human traders. Now, my question is, did a human put the order in for a trade and it was executed by a computer. That's where I'm concerned. But when they said the word algorithmic, that indicates to me the majority of it is computer trades. Like, but now someone programmed a software like, oh, if it hits here and hits there, you could provide a range. There's always human action behind it, but yes, it looks like the majority of trades, at least in the U.S. stock markets, are computers. AI algorithmic trading. Algorithm. All right, there you go. Questions, answers, asked. Oh, link below here before I go. Do you want to make more money than investment banker bros? Have you thought about becoming an accountant? Accountants don't make more than investment bankers. Go look up my video where if you adjust for taxes, geographic inflation, and then the percent who actually do make it to if you make it to principal, yeah, if you're a senior investment banker, you will make more than an accountant. But for the most part, accountants make more than investment bankers. Oh, and then you don't have to step over the Democrat passed out bum with lice that you voted to have in the subway. And you don't have to live in New York City. You can live, where it doesn't stink. Become an accountant. Take the world's greatest accounting career. Available on a link below. Also available on Teachable. A Pringles can with veins, $5. Here's the big question. Can AI run your finances, health issues, and relationship? Will the grifters disappear? To a certain extent, yeah, because, well, here, I'll give you Pringles. AI can run the vast majority of it because it's not that hard. It's not hard to lose. The solution isn't hard. The solution is never hard. The solution is very easy. The spirit is willing, but the body is weak. How do you lose weight? Eat less than you spend. Burn more calories than you consume. Eat less, work out more. How do you get out of debt? Work more, spend less. That's it. Pay off your debts. The real part is the psychological hurdle. You got to get people to do it. So you can have whether it's AI or Dave Ramsey book, it's the same. It's at the end of the day, it's up to the humans to whether or not you're going to actually do what the book or the AI bot tells you. Now, when it comes to robo advisors or robo investors, I love it. That's what I got. Or target date funds. I don't have a single actively managed fund in my portfolio. It's all index. And I got a target retirement date of 75. So I toss my money into this robo advisor. It allocates it mostly probably S&P, some global stock and all that. I'm sure there's some fixed income and all that in there a little bit. And it just manages it for me. Now, is that AI? No, I think someone programmed like at this age, you switch to this allocation. And when you get 5 years older, you switch to that allocation. But whether it's AI, software, a spreadsheet, or Frank himself, oh, Aaron turned 55, better reallocate a little bit. At the end of the day, I'm not doing the thinking. I mean, I did the thinking like, okay, this is the strategy I would like. So AI can run finances and health. And think about me. Okay, I'm a human being, right? But I give advice. At the end of the day, the advice is just bits and bytes. It's just data. How do I get the girls? Go to the gym and ask out more girls. That's the two main things you can do, right? Ladies, you want to close the wage gap, work more and stop majoring in dumb shit. It's the same thing. How many women are going to stop majoring in dumb shit and work more? Very few. How many men are going to hit the gym and ask out more girls? Very few. Doesn't matter where the information came from. If the information is right, it's right. It's always, always, always up there. How do I stop being poor? Stop having kids you can't afford. Don't major in dumb shit. Don't commit crime. Spend less than you make, and don't get married. Whether it comes from the lips of Cappy himself or Cappy Bot, it doesn't matter. It's the people who ain't gonna follow it. I saw one more. Can. Did I get this one? Oh, I did get that one. Yeah. So I don't know if grifters. Then there's always the human sales element, like the Tony Robinson or the Ty Lopez, even me. Like, how long? Look, have I said anything in the past 15 years on the internet that has not been empirical or already hasn't been stated in some way. Perhaps maybe I had some interesting insights, but most of my work has been taking down what has been conventional wisdom, which has been basically lies. It's a very quick summary of what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, it's still the same old boring thing. Eat your broccoli, cut back on the chocolate. This is not exciting shit at the end of the day. It's delivery. Rush Limbaugh, at the end of the day, he was saying, you can't tax yourself into prosperity. You can't enslave your productive class for the parasitic. That's it. But he did it in a charming way. So there's an element of entertainment. And so I think the entertainers would still be there. But the grifters, yeah, I think the audience is getting a little bit more savvy. They're starting to identify grifters more like Alpha Bowl, like AlphaCon. Remember that 3-4 years ago? Like you're identifying that's bullshit. The guy with his hat on sideways, yo, 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 oh, flippity flop, flipping houses, hey, we're in the OC. Da, da, da. Like, that guy's bullshit. If you see a Ferrari or a Lamborghini in the back, it's rented. Like we know a TikTok girl crying that's all fake. So I think the grifters, the grifters you will always have with you, I'm sure. Jesus said that. It's totally true. Look it up in the Bible. And they're going to change their tactics. But yeah, it's going to be harder and harder. When AI is just like, hey, plug in this and here's your recommendation. But the grifters, though, they're always selling you something for nothing. They're always selling you the easy way out, which is the really, really hard way because you just waste your time and money pursuing the easy way that doesn't exist. Now you must recover from the really, really hard way. Oprah telling women they could be fat and just be them, whatever, that kind of thing. Democrats telling minorities like, oh, yeah, it's totally not your responsibility to get off your ass and do something. Just blame whitey or males or whatever the oppressor group is. And we'll go get you money if you vote for it. That the sale of something for nothing, crypto scams. Yeah, no, those will always be there. So the grifters won't disappear. They'll just change clothes, I guess. All right, that's it. The world's greatest accounting career. Have a much better and easier life. Make more per hour than your average investment banker. Become an accountant. And oh no, bro. What are you Harvard MBA's going to do? All right, I'll see you guys later. Toodles.